Nobody builds something that big underground just for fun. You don't do that unless you have to.
Right.
You don't burrow like a human ant nest.
Yeah. Human beings are so weird in so many ways.
Yes.
The story of the Longu Caves discovery begins quite unassumingly with Wu Anai, a local farmer in the small village of Xi'anbeikun in Zhejiang province, China. This region, picturesque with its lush landscapes and traditional farming, was not known for archaeological treasures.
It's really important to understand that archaeology is often driven by accidental finds.
However, the persistent issue of a village pond that wouldn't dry up, despite extensive efforts to pump it for irrigation, piqued the curiosity of Wu and his neighbors. Determined to find the reason, they funded the use of rudimentary pumps, and after 17 days and over 20,000 cubic meters of water pumped out, they uncovered what appeared to be a man-made cavern entrance, revealing the first of the Longu Caves, later dubbed Cave 1.
Someone made it, and it involved a very large amount of organized labor. There had to be the will and the intent in order to do that.
This cave, an architectural wonder with exquisite hand-chiseled carvings, stairways and sturdy columns, was just the beginning. Word of this remarkable find spread rapidly across the region, capturing the imaginations of both the public and the academic world. The discovery was so stirring because of its unexpected nature and the sheer magnitude of the caves. Motivated by the initial find, the local community continued to fund the exploration, and by the end of 1992, 4 more caves had been identified.
There's a bunch of these things. There's a bunch of things like that. They're just like,
Each cave was unique in design and hinted at a sophisticated yet mysterious civilization that had left no other record behind. Recognizing the potential historical and cultural significance of these caves, the Chinese government quickly stepped in. They took measures to protect the site and supported further scientific studies to explore these enigmatic structures more thoroughly. This governmental intervention mirrored the actions taken after other major archaeological discoveries in China, such as the Terracotta Army, uncovered by local farmers in Shaanxi in 1974.
It's a wonderful mystery, and it deserves much further attention.
Both the Longu Caves and the Terracotta Army were stumbled upon by locals engaged in ordinary tasks, yet these finds were anything but ordinary. The Terracotta Army, part of Emperor Qin Shi Huang's mausoleum, features thousands of life-sized statues, each detailed with unique facial expressions and attire, clearly a tribute to the emperor's military forces. In contrast, the Longu Caves, with their vast underground spaces expertly carved from solid rock, offer no such clues about their creators or their purpose, remaining shrouded in mystery.
We are just, I think, looking at the edges of a mystery. The archaeologists involved feel the same.
These discoveries significantly shifted our understanding of their respective eras. The Terracotta Army provided a window into the military aesthetics and rituals of the Qin dynasty, while the Longu Caves have puzzled historians due to their lack of any historical documentation. Both sites have undergone intense scholarly scrutiny and ongoing research, as experts from around the world try to uncover the secrets they hold and the stories they might tell about the ancient peoples of China. These caves were cleverly concealed by the mountainous landscape and dense vegetation, which likely played a role in keeping them hidden for centuries. The region's rocky terrain further protected these man-made wonders from natural erosive forces, preserving their pristine condition through the ages. Advancements in technology have significantly aided in the exploration and mapping of these caves. Techniques such as laser scanning and ground-penetrating radar have been crucial in providing detailed information about the cave's dimensions and layout. Initially, surveys indicated that the caves covered an area of approximately 30,000 square meters, but ongoing exploration might extend this figure as more sections are discovered. The architectural consistency observed across the Longu Caves is truly remarkable. Despite varying sizes and designs, each cave exhibits uniform craftsmanship with flat bases for pillars and symmetrical spacing of architectural elements. This uniformity suggests they were likely constructed under the centralized direction of a single authoritative entity, possibly a local ruler or a unified government during that era. The choice of siltstone for construction, a material easier to carve than granite or basalt, allowed for the creation of smooth walls and intricate carvings, showcasing an advanced understanding of material properties and structural engineering. This is evident in the high ceilings supported by massive stone pillars designed to distribute weight evenly throughout the caverns. The caves are not only a feat of engineering but also of artistry. The internal structures include complex water channels that likely serve to prevent flooding and maintain a stable internal environment, alongside ornate gutters and meticulously carved bridges that enhance both the functionality and aesthetics of these spaces. The scale of excavation involved is staggering, with an estimated 1 million cubic meters of rock removed using basic iron or bronze tools. This massive endeavor would have required thousands of laborers over several decades, if not centuries, highlighting the significant human effort and organization required. Detailed examinations of the tool marks and techniques on the cave walls offer archaeologists valuable insights into the technological capabilities of the time. Furthermore, carbon dating of some cave sections indicates their construction dates back to at least the Eastern Zhou dynasty, over 2,000 years ago. This ancient origin adds to the mystery and allure of the caves. The Longu caves, with their vast chambers and no historical records to explain their construction, have sparked a plethora of theories about their original purpose. One popular theory is that the caves were used as ancient storage silos. Researchers supporting this idea point to the stable temperature and humidity levels inside the caves, conditions ideal for storing perishables. The interior layout, featuring platforms and ledges, seems perfect for organizing goods, while the intricate water management systems might have been designed to control moisture levels, ensuring that stored items remained preserved. Another theory suggests that these caves served as royal tombs or burial sites for nobility. This wouldn't be out of place in ancient traditions worldwide, where elaborate resting places were often constructed for the elite. The extensive labor and detailed craftsmanship involved in creating the Longu caves imply they were built for significant individuals. However, the complete absence of artifacts or human remains commonly found in other tombs casts doubt on this theory. Some believe the caves had a religious or ceremonial purpose, considering how their secluded and quiet interiors would be suitable for spiritual activities. This aligns with the global historical trend of using caves for such purposes. The uniform design and orientation of the caves could suggest they were specifically planned for processions or religious ceremonies, although the lack of religious symbols or artifacts challenges this theory. A more practical perspective is that the caves were quarries. The theory posits that the caves were originally mined for stone, used in early Chinese imperial construction projects, though it doesn't account for why the stone wasn't used in any known structures nearby. Lastly, a more speculative idea is that the caves functioned as ancient astronomical observatories. Some suggest that the orientation of tunnels and openings within the caves aligns with specific celestial events, much like other historic astronomical sites.
But what's fascinating about them is this very powerful geometry and astronomy.
This would imply a sophisticated understanding of the stars by the creators of the Longu caves, though hard evidence for this theory is still lacking. When we compare the architectural marvels of the Longu caves in China with Petra in Jordan, also known as the Rose City, we dive into a fascinating study of ancient ingenuity and artistic mastery. Petra's structures are famously carved into the blush-colored sandstone cliffs, reflecting the elaborate and ornate aesthetic of the Nabateans around the 5th century BCE. Its most iconic structure, the treasury, is a perfect example of this, with a facade that is both monumental and intricately detailed, highlighting the peak of Nabatean craftsmanship. In contrast, the Longu caves are sculpted from siltstone, a material that presents different challenges and opportunities for the carvers. The finer grain of siltstone allowed ancient workers to achieve smooth finishes and sharp details in the cave walls and columns, offering a different kind of beauty from Petra's elaborate sandstone carvings. Unlike Petra's diverse architectural purposes, the Longu caves exhibit a uniform design across all the caverns, suggesting they were built with a singular purpose or design philosophy in mind. Both Petra and the Longu were lost to the world until their relatively recent rediscovery. Petra was brought back into the public consciousness in 1812 by Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, and since then it has reshaped much of our understanding of Middle Eastern history. Despite the grandeur and historical significance of both sites, they share a profound mystery: the absence of detailed historical records explaining their construction. While Petra does have some inscriptions and texts that offer minimal insights, the Longu caves are surrounded by complete silence in historical records, with no writings found to date that reference their creation. This lack of documentation has left historians and archaeologists piecing together clues and forming theories that range from practical to speculative in an effort to understand these magnificent constructions. Nestled at the westernmost edge of the Saurashtra Peninsula in what is now the state of Gujarat, India, the ancient city of Dwarka offers a narrative that is as rich in spirituality and mythology as it is in historical urban development.
The calculation is that 27 million square kilometers that was above water during the Ice Age is underwater now.
The city's strategic positioning near the confluence of the Gomati River and the Arabian Sea played a pivotal role not just in safeguarding it from potential invaders, but also in bolstering maritime trade and fostering connections with other parts of the ancient world. This geographical advantage, coupled with the city being enveloped by water on all sides, either as a peninsula or a series of islands, crafted a natural fortress that was a challenge for any adversary to overcome.
Most of human civilization has been organized around water, right? And as the water levels change, some of those ancient cities could be completely covered.
We did a lot of diving in southern India, so it was great for her to be able to talk in their own language to Tamil fishermen and Tamil divers and see if they'd seen any weird stuff underwater, which they certainly had.
Moreover, the Gomati River's proximity not only enhanced the city's scenic beauty, but also served as a crucial lifeline for its residents. Dwarka's urban landscape, as depicted in ancient texts, was nothing short of architectural grandeur. The city boasted of meticulously planned streets, a state-of-the-art drainage system, and formidable fortifications, all of which were divided into well-defined sectors for residential, commercial, and administrative purposes.
We know that it's been underwater for about 6,000 or 7,000 years, but the question is, how long before that was it made? How long did it stand there above water?
This level of urban planning and civil engineering sophistication showcases an advanced understanding of city management and infrastructure development, making Dwarka a marvel in ancient urban planning. The city's defensive structures, including a series of gates and fortifications, underscored the thoughtful defensive strategy employed in its construction. These were not merely architectural feats, but were strategically designed to regulate access and provide unwavering protection against invasions. Such architectural and strategic prowess points to a high degree of sophistication and indicates that Dwarka was a city that blended beauty with brains, making it a formidable entity in the ancient world.
You're coming across statues underwater, you're coming across columns underwater. It's just magical in diving on an underwater city.
Diving into the depths off the coast of modern-day Dwarka in Gujarat, India, archaeologists have embarked on marine explorations that have significantly advanced our understanding of the ancient city's grandeur and the sophisticated civilization that once flourished there. These underwater explorations have brought to light submerged structures, stone foundations, walls, pillars, and steps that many believe were part of the legendary Dwarka, a city of immense importance in Hindu scriptures. The discovery of such elaborate underwater architecture points towards the advanced engineering and construction techniques of the time, hinting at a society that was far ahead of its contemporaries in terms of urban planning and infrastructure development. The use of modern technology, including sonar scanning, diving explorations, and underwater photography, has been instrumental in mapping out the submerged city, providing us with a clearer picture of its complexity and the scale at which it operated. But the revelations don't stop at structures. A plethora of artifacts unearthed both from the seabed and land excavations near Dwarka tell tales of a culturally rich and economically prosperous society. The remnants of well-laid streets and an elaborate drainage system underscore a high degree of urban planning, indicative of a society that valued organization, environmental health, and the well-being of its citizens. Moreover, the variety of materials discovered suggests Dwarka was a bustling hub of trade and cultural exchange. maintaining connections with other civilizations of its time. This diversity not only showcases the city's economic vitality, but also its cultural openness and dynamism. But perhaps what's most fascinating is the chronological evidence unearthed through radiocarbon dating.
We have to accept that civilization in India is at least 5,000 years old. The largely and correctly discredited notion of an Aryan invasion of India needs to be abandoned.
Some artifacts and structural components of the submerged city have been dated back to the 2nd millennium BCE, aligning Dwarka's timeline with that of Lord Krishna, as described in traditional beliefs and ancient texts. This dating not only cements Dwarka's place as a significant cultural, religious, and economic center in the ancient world, but also bridges the gap between mythological narratives and historical reality. These archaeological findings offer a tangible framework to understand the evolution of urban settlements in ancient India, shedding light on societal structures, trade practices, and the cultural dynamics of the time. As we piece together clues from the past, Dwarka holds a special place in the tapestry of Hindu mythology and Indian ancient history, not just for its divine origins, but also for the mystery and majesty that encompass its story. At the heart of Dwarka's legend is its foundation by Lord Krishna, a pivotal figure in Hinduism revered across various traditions. The epic tales from the Mahabharata and the Bhagavata Purana tell us of Krishna's quest to protect his people from persistent threats, leading to the establishment of this city. It wasn't just a random choice. Krishna was strategic, opting for a location that offered natural defenses and prosperous living conditions for his subjects. Positioned on the western coast, Dwarka was a fortress against adversaries, thanks to its geographical advantages and access to vital sea routes that facilitated trade and communication. This city wasn't just a safe haven, it was a symbol of divine protection and ingenuity, blending spiritual significance with architectural splendor. The story of Dwarka, with its grand buildings and eventual mysterious submergence, captures the imagination, making it a subject of fascination and reverence. Dwarka, often hailed as the City of Gold in ancient scriptures, embodies not just the literal application of gold in its architecture, but also represents an era of unparalleled wealth, prosperity, and architectural ingenuity. This legendary city, with its palaces shimmering with gold and precious stones, grand public spaces, and formidable fortifications, stands as a testament to the zenith of ancient urban development and prosperity. The city's opulence wasn't confined to its material wealth. It extended to its sophisticated design and layout, which were attributed to Vishwakarma, the divine architect in Hindu mythology. Commissioned by Lord Krishna, Vishwakarma's vision for Dwarka was nothing short of architectural brilliance. The planning of Dwarka was meticulously executed, with distinct zones for residential quarters, marketplaces, temples, and public buildings. This segregation ensured that the city functioned efficiently, with each area serving its purpose without encroaching on another. The residential quarters, designed for comfort and accessibility, were likely constructed with not just security in mind, but also aesthetics, ensuring that the city's inhabitants lived in an environment that was safe, beautiful, and harmonious with nature. But perhaps the most captivating tale of Dwarka is its mysterious submergence.
The submergence of those sites is largely because of subsidence of land rather than sea level rise, because it's relatively recent.
Legend has it that following Lord Krishna's departure from this world, the city met its end, swallowed by the sea. This story isn't just a pivotal chapter in Hindu mythology, marking the end of an era and the onset of Kali Yuga. It has also piqued the interest of archaeologists and historians. Their underwater explorations near the modern city of Dwarka have unearthed submerged structures, offering a tangible link to the city's legendary past. These discoveries hint at the existence of a significant settlement that might have gradually succumbed to rising sea levels or other catastrophic events, giving some historical backbone to the mythological tales. The submergence of Dwarka is often seen through a symbolic lens, reflecting on the ephemeral nature of wealth and the inevitability of change. It reminds us that even the most splendid creations, no matter how grand or well-built, are not immune to the forces of time and nature. This story, rich with historical intrigue and mythological depth, continues to enchant and provoke thought, bridging the ancient with the present and the mythical with the real.
It sounds impossible. Yet new scientific findings and reinterpreted evidence are forcing archaeologists to ask questions once dismissed as fantasy. From electromagnetic anomalies deep within the Great Pyramid of Giza to geological studies revealing conductive materials embedded in its very core, clues are mounting that the ancient Egyptians may have engineered something far more advanced than anyone imagined. The story begins at the Great Pyramid, Khufu's masterpiece, standing for over 4,500 years. In 2024, a research team from Germany and Russia used electromagnetic resonance testing to probe the structure. What they found left scientists stunned. The pyramid's internal chambers and passageways appeared to concentrate electromagnetic energy within specific areas, particularly the so-called King's Chamber and the subterranean passages beneath it. This wasn't random. The pyramid's dimensions, alignment, and materials seemed to form a natural resonator, capable of amplifying electromagnetic waves. To the ancient builders, this might not have been a coincidence, but a deliberate design. Recent analysis of the pyramid's core stones reveals that they were made from limestone, rich in quartz crystal, while its base rests on a granite platform that naturally contains piezoelectric properties. When subjected to pressure, such as the weight of millions of limestone blocks, granite can generate a subtle electrical charge. Combine that with the pyramid's precise alignment to magnetic north, and a pattern begins to emerge. The Great Pyramid may have functioned as a massive energy capacitor, harnessing the Earth's natural forces. At first glance, this sounds like pseudoscience, but modern physics suggests otherwise. The Earth itself produces a constant flow of telluric current, natural electrical energy traveling through the ground. If the pyramid's base interacted with these currents, it could have channeled and concentrated them within its chambers, and the mysterious copper fittings found in the upper shafts of the King's Chamber, long thought to be purely symbolic, suddenly take on a new meaning. Could they have served as conductive terminals, directing this unseen energy through the structure? The discovery reignited an old but tantalizing theory, that the pyramids were part of an ancient system for collecting, storing, and perhaps even transmitting energy. Ancient Egyptian texts often spoke of divine power, or Sekhem, flowing through the temples and monuments, a sacred life force connecting heaven and earth. Many archaeologists dismiss these writings as spiritual metaphors. But what if Sekhem described something literal, a natural energy the Egyptians had learned to harness and integrate into their architecture? Further evidence comes from the enigmatic Black Pyramid of Amenemhat III at Dashur. Though considered structurally unstable today, researchers discovered traces of unusual materials embedded near its foundation, deposits of an unknown crystalline compound that appear to respond to subtle electric fields. The pyramid's layout mirrors the geometry of resonant cavities used in modern energy storage research, suggesting that its builders were experimenting with energy control centuries before the concept of electricity even existed. And the mysteries don't end there. In 2023, ground-penetrating radar scans beneath the Giza Plateau detected subsurface tunnels filled with high salinity water, a natural conductor of electricity. Some researchers now propose that the Nile's ancient course, which once flowed much closer to the pyramids, could have played a role in generating or distributing this energy. If true, the pyramids might have been built along geomagnetic nodes, sites where Earth's natural energy was most intense. But if the pyramids truly channeled power, what was it used for? Here the debate turns speculative, yet fascinating. Some believe the energy was spiritual, designed to amplify rituals, preserve the pharaoh's soul, or connect with the cosmos. Others suggest more practical applications, lighting within the temples, electroplating gold artifacts, or preserving food in underground chambers cooled by resonant airflow systems. These aren't just guesses. Archaeological evidence of copper tools with microscopic gold coating and soot-free tomb ceilings hint that the ancient Egyptians may have achieved feats of craftsmanship and illumination using techniques we still don't fully understand. Even more remarkable are recent LiDAR and thermal imaging studies showing temperature anomalies across the Great Pyramid's surface, hotspots that cannot be explained by sunlight alone. These readings imply internal heat differentials consistent with energy flow or internal air movement, possibly part of a long-lost system of ventilation or power generation. Whatever the mechanism, it was sophisticated, far beyond the primitive methods once assumed of ancient builders. Skeptics argue that none of this proves the pyramids were power plants, and they're right. There's no ancient inscription declaring this was our generator. But as more data emerges, the idea that these monuments were purely symbolic seems increasingly incomplete. The Egyptians were master engineers who understood the relationships between geometry, nature, and the cosmos. Their temples and tombs weren't just stone piles. They were living structures, designed to channel energy, physical, spiritual, or both. Perhaps that's why, even today, visitors standing inside the Great Pyramid describe a strange hum, an almost tangible vibration echoing through the stone. Maybe they're feeling what the ancients once did, the pulse of the earth itself, captured and amplified by one of humanity's greatest creations. If the pyramids truly once powered ancient Egypt, it forces us to question how much of the past we've misunderstood, and how much power the earth itself still holds.
The discovery of the Tisul Princess, a mummified woman in Siberia, remains one of the most mysterious and unexplained archaeological findings in recent history. This mysterious event, which occurred in the early 1970s, has sparked numerous theories and continues to intrigue researchers and scientists. The Tisul Princess was discovered in September 1969 in the village of Rzavchik Tisulskago, located in the Tisul district of Kemerovo Oblast, Siberia.
One of the most important discoveries this century in the context of archaeological discipline.
The unearthing of the mummy was purely accidental, resulting from the routine mining activities in the area. A local miner named Karpov stumbled upon a large, solid casket buried approximately 70 feet underground while excavating a coal mine. As Karpov and his colleagues worked to extract the casket, they were taken aback by its unusual design and pristine condition. The casket, made of a type of pinkish-white marble and sealed with an unknown black resin, stood out against the surrounding earth and coal. Upon closer inspection, they noticed that the resin had preserved the casket in such a way that it appeared almost new, despite the coal around it being millions of years old. The miners, driven by curiosity and a sense of duty to uncover what they had found, decided to open the casket. To their astonishment, the interior was filled with a pinkish-blue liquid that seemed to have preserved the contents perfectly. Inside, they found the remarkably well-preserved body of a woman. She appeared to be in her 30s, with European features, long, dark hair, and dressed in a delicate lace dress. Her hands were crossed over her chest and she wore an ornate silver tiara on her head. The woman's body showed no signs of decay, and her skin retained a lifelike elasticity and color, almost as if she were merely sleeping. This level of preservation, especially in such an ancient burial, was unprecedented. Additionally, the advanced craftsmanship of her dress and accessories suggested a high level of civilization and technological prowess that contradicted the historical timeline of human development. Word of the discovery quickly spread throughout the village and beyond. Local authorities were notified, and soon after, a team of Soviet scientists and archaeologists arrived at the site to examine the find. The initial excitement was tempered by a sense of caution and concern, as the discovery posed numerous unanswered questions and potential ramifications. The scientists who inspected the casket and its contents were baffled. The preservation method, the composition of the preserving liquid, and the advanced nature of the artifacts found with the body all defied conventional understanding. Preliminary tests indicated that the burial dated back tens of thousands of years, which contradicted established historical and archaeological records of human civilization in the region. Several aspects of the Tisul Princess discovery added to its mysterious nature. Firstly, the depth at which the casket was found suggested it had been buried for an extraordinarily long period, far beyond the scope of known human history. Secondly, the preservation liquid, upon analysis, contained a complex mixture of chemicals that did not match any known natural or synthetic substances available at the time. Moreover, the fact that the woman appeared to be of European descent in a region historically inhabited by nomadic tribes added another layer of intrigue. Her sophisticated attire and the craftsmanship of her accessories hinted at a highly advanced and possibly forgotten civilization. As the implications of the discovery became apparent, the Soviet government took a keen interest in the case. The site was quickly cordoned off, and all information related to the find was classified. The casket and the remains of the Tisul Princess were transported to a secure research facility for further study. Researchers were sworn to secrecy, and local villagers were warned not to speak of the event. This level of secrecy fueled numerous conspiracy theories and speculative narratives about the true nature of the Tisul Princess. Some suggested that the discovery posed a significant threat to the established historical narrative, while others believed it was evidence of extraterrestrial involvement or an advanced ancient civilization. In the years following the discovery, information about the Tisul Princess remained scarce and highly controlled. Occasional leaks and accounts from those involved in the original find suggested that the researchers had made significant but undisclosed breakthroughs in understanding the preservation techniques and the origins of the artifacts. One particularly intriguing theory that emerged was the idea that the Tisul Princess could be an ancient escape pod from an advanced civilization that had either originated on Earth and disappeared or come from another planet. This theory was partly fueled by the advanced technology evident in the preservation methods and the composition of the casket and its contents. Despite the Soviet government's tight control over information, some details about the Tisul Princess continued to emerge through unofficial channels. Researchers who had worked on the project, bound by secrecy, occasionally hinted at breakthroughs that defied conventional scientific understanding. These revelations further fueled public curiosity and speculation. One of the key areas of research focused on the chemical composition of the preserving liquid found in the casket. Analysis revealed that the liquid contained a complex mixture of substances, including elements that were either extremely rare or unknown to modern science. This discovery led some researchers to hypothesize that the liquid was not naturally occurring, but rather synthetically engineered by a highly advanced civilization. Another area of interest was the casket itself, made of a type of marble not found in the region and sealed with an unknown black resin. The casket's construction suggested a level of technological sophistication far beyond what was believed possible for the time period, indicated by preliminary dating. The precision of the sealing and the preservation of the body indicated that the people who created it possessed advanced knowledge of material science and preservation techniques. Several unique and interesting facts emerged about the Tisul Princess and her burial site. For instance, her ornate silver tiara, upon closer inspection, was found to contain intricate engravings and symbols that did not match any known language or writing system. This led some to speculate that it might be a form of communication or record-keeping from a lost civilization. Additionally, the dress worn by the Tisul Princess was made from a type of fabric that was both incredibly fine and durable, suggesting advanced textile production techniques. The fabric's weave was unlike anything seen in historical records, further complicating efforts to place her within a known historical context. The casket's location also raised intriguing questions. Found deep within a coal seam, the burial site was millions of years old, predating the emergence of modern humans. This anachronism suggested either that the casket had been deliberately placed there by an unknown civilization with advanced capabilities, or that it had somehow ended up there through means that defied current understanding of geological and archaeological processes. Theories about the origins and significance of the Tisul Princess abound, ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. One of the more popular theories is that she was a member of a highly advanced ancient civilization that had achieved remarkable technological and scientific advancements before mysteriously disappearing. This theory posits that her burial was a form of preservation, intended to protect her body and knowledge for future generations. Another theory, which delves into the realm of science fiction, suggests that the Tisul Princess was part of an ancient escape pod from an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. Proponents of this theory point to the advanced preservation techniques and the unknown materials as evidence that the technology used was not of this Earth. They speculate that she might have been a member of a spacefaring race that visited Earth millions of years ago, only to leave behind a cryptic legacy. Several mysterious coincidences have added to the intrigue surrounding the Tisul Princess. For example, shortly after the discovery, several individuals involved in the excavation and initial examination reportedly fell ill under unexplained circumstances. Some accounts even suggest that a few of these individuals died suddenly, leading to rumors of a curse or contamination related to the casket and its contents. Furthermore, there have been reports of unusual phenomena in the vicinity of the discovery site. Villagers have claimed to witness strange lights in the sky and unexplained electrical disturbances since the casket was unearthed. These occurrences have led some to believe that the site might hold residual energy or technology from the advanced civilization that created the casket. Another curious aspect is the timing of the discovery. It occurred during the height of the Cold War, a period marked by intense secrecy and competition between superpowers. Some theorists suggest that the Soviet government's swift and decisive actions to secure and classify the find indicate its potential significance in the geopolitical landscape at the time. The secrecy and tight control over information have only fueled further speculation and conspiracy theories. The discovery of the Tisul Princess remains one of the most fascinating and mysterious archaeological finds of the 20th century. Discoveries of ancient texts in Egypt have significantly expanded our understanding of ancient civilizations, particularly those of ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome. These discoveries span various genres, including religious, scientific, literary, and philosophical texts, opening our eyes to ancient moments you had to be there to believe. In 1799, during Napoleon's ambitious campaign in Egypt, a remarkable discovery was made by French soldiers near the town of Rosetta, now known as Rashid. They unearthed a granodiorite slab, dark and hard, which would come to be recognized as one of the most significant archaeological finds in history, the Rosetta Stone. This discovery was monumental not just for its immediate impact, but for the doors it would open in the field of Egyptology. The Rosetta Stone, dating back to 196 BC, bears a decree issued in Memphis in honor of King Ptolemy V. What makes the stone extraordinary is its trilingual inscription. The same message is conveyed in hieroglyphics, the script used for religious documents, Demotic, the common script of Egypt, and Ancient Greek, the language of the ruling administration at the time. This feature of the Rosetta Stone provided the crucial breakthrough in deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs, which had been a long-standing mystery. Jean-François Champollion, a French scholar, made the groundbreaking realization in 1822 that by comparing the Greek text, which was already understood, with the hieroglyphic and demotic texts, he could unlock the ancient Egyptian language. The text inscribed on the Rosetta Stone is essentially a piece of propaganda, extolling the virtues of Ptolemy V's reign. It commands that the decree be displayed in temples across Egypt, highlighting the practice of disseminating such declarations in prominent religious and public spaces. This aspect of the Rosetta Stone reveals much about the political and religious workings of Ptolemaic Egypt, illustrating how rulers used such inscriptions to communicate with and influence their subjects. Today, the Rosetta Stone is often heralded as the world's most famous slab of stone, a symbol of the key to unlocking the mysteries of ancient Egypt. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, dating back to around 1550 to 50 BC, offers an extraordinary glimpse into the spiritual life of ancient Egypt. Unlike what its name might suggest, the Book of the Dead is not a singular book, but a collection of spells, prayers, magical formulas, and incantations, meticulously crafted to guide the deceased through the underworld, known as Duat, and into the afterlife. These texts, written on papyrus, were often included in the burial chambers, personalized for each individual, with spells selected for their perceived usefulness in navigating the afterlife. The evolution of these funerary texts, from the pyramid texts intended for royalty to the coffin texts, and eventually to the Book of the Dead, accessible to the wider population, marks a significant shift in ancient Egyptian religious and social practices. This transition indicates a democratization of the afterlife, suggesting changes in societal structures and religious beliefs where eternal life was no longer a privilege of the pharaohs, but a possibility for all. The spells within the Book of the Dead paint a vivid picture of the ancient Egyptians' beliefs regarding the afterlife, including the trials the deceased would face, such as the judgment before Osiris, the god of the afterlife. This collection of texts is invaluable for understanding ancient Egyptian religion, mythology, and views on life after death, portraying a complex belief system where the dead could continue to interact with the living and the gods. When juxtaposed with the Rosetta Stone, the Book of the Dead offers a different kind of bridge to the ancient past. The Rosetta Stone, discovered in 1799 and instrumental in deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs, unlocked the ability to read countless texts from ancient Egypt, thus opening up a broader understanding of Egyptian civilization. In contrast, the Book of the Dead delves into the spiritual and religious beliefs of the ancient Egyptians, offering insights into their perceptions of death, the afterlife, and divinity. Though the Rosetta Stone and the Book of the Dead differ significantly, one being a bilingual decree and the other a compilation of funerary texts, they collectively illuminate the complexity of ancient Egyptian civilization. The Rosetta Stone reveals the administrative and political landscape, while the Book of the Dead provides a profound understanding of the spiritual and religious depth of this ancient culture. Diving into the intellectual and spiritual depths of ancient Egyptian civilization, two cornerstone documents stand out for their profound contributions: the Pyramid Texts and the Rhind Mathematical Papyrus. Each in its own domain showcases the advanced understanding and the multifaceted nature of Egyptian life, spanning the realms of religion and mathematics. The Pyramid Texts, dating back to around 2400 to 2300 BC, hold the distinction of being the world's oldest religious texts. Inscribed within the pyramids, viewed by the ancient Egyptians not merely as tombs but as portals to the afterlife, these texts served a crucial purpose. They were intended to secure the pharaoh's divine status after death, offering guidance through the underworld to achieve eternal life among the gods. With over 700 spells, the Pyramid Texts laid the foundation for future Egyptian funerary practices, as seen in the evolution of the Coffin Texts and the Book of the Dead. Initially reserved for pharaohs, the democratization of these texts over time reflects a significant shift, suggesting an evolving conception of the afterlife that eventually embraced all Egyptians, not just the elite. In contrast, the Rhind Mathematical Papyrus from around 1550 BC delves into the pragmatic and analytical world of mathematics. Named after Alexander Henry Rhind, who acquired it in 1858, this document served an educational purpose. It trained scribes in arithmetic, algebra, and geometry, encompassing practical problems relevant to surveying, architecture, and resource distribution. This papyrus not only demonstrates the Egyptians' prowess in fractions and linear equations, but also hints at their early approximation of pi, underscoring the practical implications of their mathematical knowledge in daily life and state administration. While the Pyramid Texts are steeped in the spiritual and esoteric, aimed at guiding the deceased through the afterlife, the Rhind Mathematical Papyrus is grounded in the practical and worldly, focusing on mathematical education for administrative efficiency. Yet both documents illuminate the sophistication of ancient Egyptian society from different angles. The Pyramid Texts reflect the deep religious beliefs and funerary customs that shaped Egyptians' views on life, death, and the hereafter. Meanwhile, the Rhind Papyrus reveals the pragmatic application of mathematical principles in managing the state's affairs, from architecture to the distribution of resources, highlighting the integral role of mathematics in the governance and organization of ancient Egypt. Together, the Pyramid Texts and the Rhind Mathematical Papyrus underscore ancient Egypt's remarkable advancements in understanding both the divine and the empirical. In 1945, near the Egyptian town of Nag Hammadi, a discovery was made that would significantly widen the lens through which we view early Christian thought. A local farmer named Muhammad al-Saman unearthed a sealed jar containing a collection of texts that shed light on the Gnostic beliefs flourishing in the 3rd and 4th centuries AD. Written in Coptic, these texts were hidden away, likely by a community that held them dear at odds with the mainstream Christian authorities of their time. The Nag Hammadi Library is a fascinating compilation, ranging from Gospels and philosophical treatises to revelations. It dives into deep theological debates and spiritual practices that stood apart from the orthodox teachings of the early church, emphasizing a personal connection and knowledge of the divine, known as gnosis. Among its treasures is the Gospel of Thomas, notable for its 114 sayings of Jesus. This text in particular contains parallels to the canonical Gospels, but also introduces teachings that were not included in the Bible as we know it, offering new perspectives on Jesus' words and teachings. The discovery of these texts has challenged traditional narratives of early Christian history, unveiling the rich tapestry of beliefs that existed alongside what would become Orthodox Christianity. The Nag Hammadi texts paint a picture of a vibrant, albeit contested, religious landscape where various groups and sects struggled for spiritual authority and legitimacy. The act of burying these texts might have been a desperate measure by a community under threat, aiming to preserve their spiritual heritage against the dominating force of Orthodox Christianity. When compared to the canonical New Testament, the Nag Hammadi texts stand out for several reasons. They bring to light the theological diversity that characterized early Christianity, offering views on mysticism, the cosmos, and the nature of divinity that diverge significantly from the orthodox path. For instance, their portrayal of Jesus often contrasts with that of the canonical Gospels, presenting him more as a spiritual entity and questioning the physical aspects of his crucifixion and resurrection. Additionally, while the canonical Gospels derive their authority from their apostolic origins, the texts from Nag Hammadi often claim apostolic or even divine authorship as a means to assert their legitimacy and authority.